Hi everybody, it's me again. Um, remember when we used to do this all the time, every day for 30 days? Those are the good times. Guess what? This morning I got braces. These are them. What? It's true. Um, so I'm here to talk to you about that experience and what self love looks like when you look different and when you speak differently. Because I haven't quite figured out how to talk with my braces. So I'm staring at myself while I make this video. Now, not that long ago, I posted my new headshots. And I was really excited because I had this great photographer, Brian Perillo. If you get a chance to work with him, I highly recommend doing it. And it was wonderful. It was a great experience, and his makeup and hair person, Shannon, was delightful. And I highly, highly recommend the experience. If you need photos for anything, they're both wonderful. So I was really excited to kick off my career, this acting career, by the way, that I've been talking about since I was like 6. And I have an agent, and my agent was excited about the new photos. And so I was really ready to get everything kicked off. And I went into the orthodontist this morning because I have that awesome tooth. I call it my snaggle tooth. And I've had it for years. And it was a mistake of a dentist back when I was a kid, and he didn't look at the x-ray, and then that happened. Anyway, but what I'm realizing is that it has been a big part of my journey of self-love, is loving. If you really do love yourself, then what does that look like? And can you love every part of yourself? And then after I posted my headshots and everybody loved them and there was such a great response and people are telling me I'm beautiful. And it's not that I don't feel beautiful. I think I really am embracing myself more and loving myself more. But it was such an overwhelming response of people saying, "Oh, you look beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're stunning." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." And thank you. And wow. And oh. And it felt like this new place and this new frontier for me of being beautiful. And, in this place that I really felt like other people had in my mind, like that other people are that. And not that I didn't think I was beautiful, you know what I mean? Like, I just, anyway, but like, really, it was a new thing. And so I'm like, whoa, thanks everybody. And I've lost weight, and so I'm really embracing this new body that I have. And I didn't intentionally lose the weight. It was I stopped eating sugar. So that's what happens when you stop eating sugar, internet. And but so for years, I have had on vision boards, and I have had focus on index cards to get Invisalign, and that's been my goal. And I want Invisalign, and that's these like clear trays that you put in and then you take out, and so I could take them out whenever I needed to, or when I had an audition, and so that I could then go and still be the actor I wanted to be and still perform. And this morning I went back to the orthodontist that I went to in 2014, and back in 2014 they gave me this quote of what it would cost. And in my mind, I was so set on Invisalign. The entire time we had the conversation, I was sure that we were talking about Invisalign. And so I was like, it's fine. We're talking about Invisalign. And then today, I get there, 2016, 2 years later, after thinking about Invisalign and saving money and really getting so excited about Invisalign, I show up and they're like, okay, ceramic or metal? And I was like, ceramic or metal Invisalign? What do you mean? And, yeah, and it was hard. They were like, oh no, with the way that your tooth is, you're not a good fit for Invisalign because it just wouldn't, the way we need the tooth to move. Your bottom set of teeth would hold it in place, blah, blah, blah. You can't have Invisalign. And I was like, I don't think you understand, people. Like, this has been my goal, and that has been what I plan on doing. And so I sat with it for a while, and I had a hard time. And even when they explained that my tooth would deteriorate over time and I would have increased problems because the bottom teeth would keep rubbing against the top tooth and causing problems and blah, 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 I was like, that doesn't matter. I'm supposed to be famous, and it's supposed to happen now. And I just was so disappointed, and I was so sad. And I kept going, okay, what's the real important thing here? How am I caring for myself? And so I was like, okay, I need to do this. This is something that I need to do. And I really felt this sense of, I'm disappointing my agent, I'm disappointing my dream, I'm disappointing myself, and I finally feel beautiful. And now I get braces. And I'm like, that sucks. And then it occurred to me that I had posted this documentary on my Facebook page, and it's all about loving your body. And it was interesting because I'm at this place in my life where I am loving my body, especially because I'm eating better. So my body feels better, and so I feel healthier. And so I am able to love my body in a different way. And yet I get the braces and I start to then turn on myself all over again. Like, oh yeah, you thought you were hot shit. Oh yeah, you thought you were beautiful. Oh yeah, you thought you were this and that and this and that. And this is what you get, Annabeth, for thinking you're some big shot. And I'm like, man, that is so old. It's such an old idea of don't let her get a big head. My sister used to say that when I was a kid, when someone would call me beautiful. And she had heard it, I'm sure, from somebody. And so she didn't know. So she passed it on and said, don't tell her that she'll get a big head. And that's like this cardinal sin, right? Like, don't have a big head about yourself. And I am just like so over it, because I'm like, I am the only person that came here to be this person. I am the only Annabeth on this earth. That's not actually true. There's other Annabeths, but you know what I mean. I'm the only this Annabeth. And I started to really betray myself today, and I am still currently on this struggle of like accepting this, and it's so dumb. And I'm like fully present that this is first world problems, people, and this is ridiculous. And I'm sitting there today with this wonderful man, Bob, who is a good friend of mine, and sitting across from him at this diner, and we were just sitting there laughing and telling stories and connecting and living life like humans do, And I was like, this is what's important in life. And I realized that there is nothing that can stop me from the dream, from the purpose that I am meant to live. There is no brace, there is no scar, there is no snaggle tooth, there is no anything that can stop me from that I am always going to be living my purpose-driven life. And to remember that it is not conditions that decide how I love myself. And that, like, I posted that documentary about loving your body, and I said that I'm committed to loving my body, except when I get braces, except when this happens. And all of a sudden there's these exceptions to when I get to love my body and myself. And I'm like, no, there are no exceptions. And so I after all of the time of my self-love videos and doing all of that, I felt I needed to do a follow-up to say that it is a continuous, daily, moment-to-moment journey to love yourself and to decide again and again and again that you are incredible and beautiful, and I am beautiful, regardless of the comments on Facebook and the comments anywhere, and that regardless of what's on my teeth and whether I can figure out how to talk or eat or, do the things that I deemed as normal, that none of that matters, and that I am still on purpose. There is nothing that can stop me from being this big, awesome light in the world. So whatever that is for you that is holding you back in this moment from loving yourself and from being that light, decide today to let that go and decide that you are on your perfect path, because you are. There's nothing that's going to stop you from being able to live that big dream except continuing to tell yourself crappy things. So tell yourself awesome things. And I just wanted to follow up with my braces journey and what it's teaching me about my plans and about how much control I think I have over how things are going to look. Because sometimes beautiful looks different than you think it's going to. And I love you all. And please, please, please love yourself and find one thing about you today that is beautiful.